A cordial greeting. Today is Sunday, August 10, 2025. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia speaking. At the time of recording this video, it is 6:15 p.m. local time in the Eastern Caribbean, and in this video I will be briefly talking about Invest 96, which continues moving over open waters of the Atlantic. In addition, I will be talking about what is possibly already Tropical Depression number 5 of the season, which is related to what is still officially Invest 97 that is currently crossing over the Cape Verde Islands. I wanted to briefly mention that Invest 96 continues battling wind shear and dry air, and the probabilities of development continue decreasing as it moves northward. At 2 p.m., the National Hurricane Center has a low probability of tropical cyclone development of just 20% over the next 7 days, so it is very likely that Invest 96 will not become a tropical depression. However, the scenario is completely different for what is still Invest 97. And although it is probably already a tropical depression, we are waiting for the official bulletin from the National Hurricane Center, which is expected to be published tonight or no later than Monday morning. Over the past 24 hours, Invest 97 has managed to organize much faster than projected, and during this afternoon we have seen the development of strong thunderstorms near a well-defined circulation center. In addition, as it crosses over the Cape Verde Islands, we are seeing a lot of lightning activity and an area of persistent convection over the circulation center, which are signs that a tropical cyclone has already formed. This is in line with the tropical outlook from the National Hurricane Center, where the probabilities of development have been increased to 50% over the next 48 hours and to 90% over the next 7 days. Another reason why we believe we already have a tropical depression is that the circulation is currently moving over sea surface temperatures of 25 to 26 degrees Celsius. And for us to see the development of such a strong area of convection over these sea surface temperatures in the afternoon, it is very likely due to having a closed circulation that allows the development of convection over the circulation center. However, I repeat, at the time of recording this video, it has not yet been classified as a tropical depression, but if this pattern continues, it will probably be designated as early as tonight. This rapid development after having left Africa is due to several reasons. First, it is surrounded by very moist air, which is protecting the circulation from the dry air we have seen all summer descending from mid-latitudes. Therefore, the dry air does not seem to be a major impediment to its development and strengthening. In addition, remember that a favorable phase of the Madden-Julian Oscillation is promoting instability in the eastern tropical Atlantic, and in 1 or 2 days we will have the passage of another Kelvin wave that will help it continue with its tropical cyclonic organization process. At least the good news is that there is still consensus among the specialized track models that it should pass to the northeast of the Caribbean. In fact, today's projections place it farther away compared to yesterday. And now the consensus is that it will pass about 300 to 400 miles northeast of the Lesser Antilles. But notice that over the next 3 to 4 days, the track will be mostly westward. We cannot rule out a slight southwestward component, so do not be alarmed if it moves in that direction, as from Wednesday it is anticipated to start taking a west-northwest turn. Another thing that surprises us is that it is over relatively cool sea surface temperatures and yet has managed to organize faster than anticipated, and along its track it will be moving over warmer sea surface temperatures. So, as I mentioned a few days ago, when it crosses longitude 45°, conditions northeast of the Caribbean Sea could be very favorable for strengthening, and it is very likely that this system will become Tropical Storm Erin and eventually the first hurricane of the season. In fact, projections from the specialized intensity models show gradual and continuous strengthening over the next 5 to 7 days. Some of them already show a major hurricane in about 5 to 6 days when it is passing northeast of the Caribbean. The consensus that it will maintain a track toward the northeast of the Caribbean is also evident in the projections of the global models. For example, the latest run of the American model shows a Category 2 or Category 3 hurricane passing more than 400 miles northeast of the Lesser Antilles on Saturday morning. Similarly, the European model shows the future Tropical Storm Erin passing about 300 miles northeast of the Lesser Antilles. The German model also shows a track far away, in this case between 400 and 500 miles northeast of the Lesser Antilles. The UK model also shows a track far from the northeastern Caribbean. This means that the chances of this system approaching the northeastern Caribbean continue to decrease, mainly because we have a stronger system, which will have better chances of gaining latitude before reaching longitude 60°. However, there is still some long-term uncertainty from day 7 onward, as there is dispersion in whether it will move near Bermuda or take a slightly more westward track, perhaps approaching the Bahamas. However, remember that this uncertainty is completely normal because the system is still very far from reaching this area, so we will have many days to calmly observe what risk, if any, it poses to Bermuda, the U.S. East Coast, and the Bahamas. This long-term uncertainty can be clearly seen in the ensemble members of the European model, where while all of them keep the track passing northeast of the Caribbean in 7 to 8 days, there is great spread among different solutions ranging from a track taking it very close to Bermuda, to other tracks much farther west. We see the same in the ensemble members of the American model, although in general the vast majority of them favor a track approaching Bermuda. So, as usual, we will continue to monitor its evolution. And although we are very confident that it will pass northeast of the Caribbean, there is still great uncertainty once it moves over the southwestern Atlantic. It will be very interesting to see if it manages to become a major hurricane, as most of the European model members show. And always remember that it is important to stay attentive to any unexpected change. Here on Hurricane Info I will continue to monitor it to keep you informed. Before I go, I wanted to invite you to give this video a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you receive notifications when I record new videos. I hope you all have an excellent night. I'll see you tomorrow with a new update. Goodbye.